Yeah, what up, man? This just a little test run. I'm just trying something. But what if Drake put out every album with nothing but rap songs? Listen to the Joe Budden podcast about the album. It opened my eyes up to something else that I probably didn't hint on. A lot of the records that we listen to, that I still like the album, I think is good, but it was some emotion missing from the album. The words are there, but the emotion behind them isn't there. And if you follow this podcast, you understand what I'm saying, especially on the record views. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, and I love that song. I'll go back and listen to it a lot, but he has a point. It's like, what is Drake trying to tell us something? I've seen somebody play around with the album covers on Twitter, like, whoa, the whole time Drake was giving us all his album covers has been like a suicide note, and now he finally telling us he on the ledge. Is he saying something? You know what I mean? Is it something that he wants to say but can't say? Was he really uninspired with, you know, this new album? Is he really the golden child? But what if he actually did every album had nothing but rap songs? Would he be as big of an artist, that he is? Or what if, no, we're just going to stick with the rap for this. What if he just did rap songs? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can run through every album that he put out, and we can just look at, or at least I did some of the rap songs, I mean, from beginning to now, it's like Unforgettable, Fancy, Miss Me, Underground, Kings, Lord Knows, Hell Yeah, Fucking Right, The Ride, Tuscan Leather, Started from the Bottom, Worst Behavior, Pound Cake / Paris Morton Music 2, Energy, No Telling, Six God, 6 p.m. in New York, 30 for 30 Freestyle, 9, Hype, Western Road Flows, and Views. Like, what if we got all 4 albums with music like this, filled with a few features and filled with him being arrogant, cocky, trying different sounds, but it was all rap? Would he have the same accolades that he had now? Would people not look at him as, okay, he's not as dope as an MC as, you know what I'm saying, people say he is, regardless of the ghostwriting shit, we're gonna leave that out like that never happened or whatever the case may be. But just looking at it, and I was thinking this before I listened to the podcast, but it just had me wondering, I took these notes down last night, like what if he actually did do that? You know what I mean? Would he have the same fanfare if he just rapped? He didn't really do the whole how Drake does the whole R&B melodic sound, you know, tracks like that. But what if it was just all rap? Would that be kind of ill of him to do that? And I was like, wow, like I don't know what that would sound like. You know what I mean? If every album, let's say he didn't do 20 records on every album, say he did 15 records from his debut up till now, just all rap songs. You know what I mean? Like, what would the topics range from? What would be the emotion behind them? You know, what would the visuals look like? Could you just imagine, a body of work like that, just all rap? None of that R&B singy songy shit. That just shit just had me thinking, like, what would he still be around today? Because you look at the landscape of rap now, where you got artists that does do that. For the rappers that actually rap, they don't really do, reach for a sound or reach for a type of flow. They just rap, and you know, all albums or all bodies of work that they do they still have the same success as an artist like a Kendrick, a J. Cole, a Drake, Wale, so forth and so on? You know what I mean? Because if you look at Drake and you take it for what it's worth, each fan likes him for a different reason. Some may like him for his flow. Some may like him for, the openness of his lyrics. Some may like him for the melodies that he brings to the table. But we all like him for a different reason. But what if he actually never sang, never decided to put that part of his musical inspiration into his catalog? He just did nothing but rap music. What would that actually really sound like? You know what I mean? And I was sitting here like, I really can't imagine that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, imagine a nigga just all rap songs. Like, some of those records he does with the, the melodies, they cool. It fit the mode of certain albums. But would that have pushed him to deliver, I guess, the great classic album that people to this day say that he doesn't have? And I'm not taking back anything I said about views. My point of views on views still stands to this day. I'm not gonna never change that. But it's just like it made me think like you listening to it, and each day go by I listen to the album. I still like the songs that I like, but you can kind of sense that where is the inspiration, like, you know what I mean, when he get on certain records, you can like listening to it, you feel that shit like, god damn, like, ooh, this shit is crazy. Like when you first heard 0 to 100, you know what I'm saying, when you first heard um 6 p.m. in New York, 5 a.m. in Toronto, 9 a.m. in Dallas, like you just feel that, you know, when you heard The Calm, Fear, like these are records where it's just like shit, you can feel the emotion, you can feel, you know, the hunger itself. He still hungry for rap music? You know what I mean? Some of the records, when you go back and listen to them, it does kind of sound uninspired and kind of dry. You know, not because, you know, Joe Budden said it, but as a fan of music, when you actually sit here and you listen to it on a daily basis, because some of y'all probably already off views, you waiting for the next project. But me, I like to stick with, you know, certain projects for a while. I may not still go back and talk about them, but particularly this album, every day I make it a point to listen to the whole body of work. And I will admit, each day you may listen to it, you may not listen to the whole album. You may pick 8 songs today or 5 songs today or 10 songs today. You won't let the whole album play through, you know, and you look at his first couple albums, you definitely can let them joints play all the way through. But what if he never sang, never did R&B? And is he angling towards that, where he even stated before he wants to do an R&B album? Like, is that the lane he going in, the pop lane? Is he giving up rap? You know, so it's a lot of things to think about. But I just wanted to say that, like, what if he never actually did R&B? You know what I mean? What if he just rapped? That'd be kind of crazy. So for this episode, I'm just testing it out. What if Drake never sang? Next one, I may say, what if Drake actually never rapped? That should be interesting. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. 1.